Lawmakers are now on summer break after rushing to send a capital budget to Governor DeWine's desk, along with a voter ID law.
That's right, but they left the State House without deciding the fate of the new data center regulations. WLWT News 5's Todd Dykes is here with why lawmakers, some of them, Todd, stuck around for hours today, learning more about the issue that's blowing up across the country.
They did, Ashley and Chris. Excuse me. There was a long conversation today. I monitored as much of it as I possibly could. There's a lot on the line here. That issue revolves around data centers that are popping up really all over the place, empowering the artificial intelligence revolution. And while many legislators are now back in their home districts, a select committee spent hours today continuing to work on one of the state's most complicated policy fights. Hours after most Ohio lawmakers gabbled out of their respective chambers for summer break, members of a select committee on data centers stayed put.
This whole matter with data centers strikes me as a, for lack of a better term, a gold rush situation of it is speed of market, it is moving so fast, no one understands what's going on.
The select committee spent hours today hearing more testimony about an industry that has people asking a lot of questions. Lawmakers say Ohioans are asking about tax breaks for the centers that are powering things like AI chatbots. Electricity demand and water usage are also key concerns. Ohio's Director of Development said the state's approach needs to keep up with the data center boom.
I think the industry is evolving, and so too should the state policy. We do economic development different today than what we did a decade or two ago.
A point raised today is whether local communities fully understand what they're agreeing to when massive data centers move in.
I can think of even recent examples where communities have approached us and just said, we're in over our head here. How do we navigate this appropriately? It's good timing of developing more or less a toolkit specific to data centers that would not be necessarily you should accept these investments, but rather if you're approached about one of these, here are some of the things that you should think about doing.
Now, before other lawmakers began their summer recess, they did manage to pass a $3.7 billion capital budget, and they sent a bill to Governor DeWine that would require photo ID when voting by mail. That's something voters will also be able to weigh in on by way of a proposed constitutional amendment in the fall. Todd Dykes, WLWT News 5.